It all comes down to this, the final of CPL 2020. It's been a fun tournament so far. I hope you've enjoyed playing My 11 Circle Fantasy Pick on ESPNcricinfo. Let's get this final team right as well. Daren Ganga is all set to join me, Ronak Kapoor. Right, let's go to our pro tip as always. And while I've let Daren announce the pro tip for the semi-finals, we did go slightly wrong. Not Daren, we went slightly wrong by giving Andre Russell the captain's armband in that semi-final. But let's have a look at our pro tip for this one, Daren. And Trinbago Knight Riders, standout team of the tournament, invincible so far. They've tackled spin well, but the St. Lucia Zooks have struggled a bit. So our pro tip says, pack your team with quality spinners and batsmen who can handle pressure and counter spin well. That seems like the theme of the CPL, doesn't it, Daren?
Very much so. Spin takes center stage, and you can look and see what transpired in those two semi-final matches. The first game, all 7 wickets to fall by the Tala was going to the spinners. And then when you looked at semi-final 2, 8 out of the 10 wickets to fall, the Warriors wickets, that is, went to spinners. So what I've realized about this new surface is the fact that the more grassed it is, the greater the propensity for it to turn and for there to be bounce. So you can take that as you see it. Look at the pitch tomorrow. If the curator has taken the grass out, then you might find the likes of KUGGELEIJN, Williams and the seamers playing a more important role in that contest.
All right, let's move to our team, and perhaps some of those names you mentioned would feature strongly in our recommendations. Before that, a quick reminder to all our viewers on the My 11 Circle Fantasy app, 100 credits for every user to build their fantasy team, 4 categories of players to choose from, batsmen, bowlers, wicket keepers and all-rounders. You can pick a maximum of 7 players from one team in any contest. Every player's individual credit value is listed on the app, and there are 4 substitutes that you can pick as well in case someone doesn't make the final 11. We'll help you with that in just a bit too. Moving to our top picks, our captain choice for this one is going to be KIERON. We're backing TKR. You know they're overwhelming favourites with the kind of form they've shown throughout the group stage of CPL 2020, and their captain has been leading from the front. He's been the backbone of the team as Pollard. He's performed just brilliantly with bat. He's contributed with ball too. So we're not looking past someone like Pollard as captain recommendation. MOHAMMAD NABI, if you had to pick the St. Lucia Zook standout player, I don't think you can look beyond MOHAMMAD NABI, who's also contributed as an all-rounder, and his bowling has been simply outstanding. The T20 veteran, he's got over 150 runs, but 12 wickets at an economy of 5.08 makes him a very worthy deputy for in our fantasy team. Captains give you double the points, vice captains 1.5 times. Pick them very carefully for this final. Dwayne Bravo features in this top picks edition as well. He's featured almost every time TKR play. Now we know he's a potential candidate for points every time he gets the ball at the death. And in a big final, we're going for some experienced players. LENDL Simmons, he can also consider himself one of the big match players. A nice 44 ball 54 during the semi-final. So he'd be looking to take that confidence into the final. And Daren's already mentioned someone like Scott KUGGELEIJN. Keep an eye out on the conditions perhaps and whether you want to back Scott KUGGELEIJN big time, but we certainly are. And he's tied with Mujibur Rahman as the leading wicket taker this season with 16 wickets in 10 games. Quick reminder, KIERON is captain, Nabi is vice captain, Dwayne Bravo, LENDL Simmons, Scott KUGGELEIJN. Thoughts on that, Daren?
Good players and good picks. What I want to say is we've seen in this tournament ball dominate bat. So I think it's a case of risk and reward. If you pick a batsman, make sure you're picking a good batsman that can score runs, because it's been a little bit challenging for batsmen to score runs. KIERON Pollard, he averages over 50, his strike rate over 200, so you can't go wrong with him. I like the fact that you've included LENDL Simmons there. Remember, I spoke about him being 1 or 2 innings short of being at his best. Now he's at his best. He's found the right balance in his game. So I think you're definitely right to have him on that top picks. I have a little concern with Dwayne Bravo and his fitness. I saw in that last semi-final game that he played, he wasn't really giving his all. So there might be a concern with him. So there is a question mark with Dwayne Bravo, but KUGGELEIJN, definitely, he's got to complement the spinners in his team. And remember what I said about the pitch and the conditions. You may well find that seamers play an important part in this grand finale.
All right, let's go to some value picks now, and a couple of players that we're picking very strongly on the basis of those semi-final performances. Mark Dayal, Darren and me had a bit of a chat on Mark Dayal ahead of the semi-finals, and he's ensured there'd be no doubt in picking him in this team. He stood out as the man of the match in the semi-final. Quick fire 19, and then picked up a couple of wickets in 1 over to just ensure the win for the St. Lucia Zooks. Akeal Hossain is there as well, the left-arm spinner with 3 wickets, strangled the Talawas in the semi-final, and 9 wickets in 6 games now makes him a definite value pick. Mark Dayal and Akeal Hossain among our value picks. Looking at our full team, Andre Fletcher is a keeper option. We've got LENDL, Simmons and Mark Dayal among the batters. Sunil Narine, Mohammed, Nabi, Roston Chase, who's been so consistent this season. KIERON, Pollard, Dwayne Bravo and Scott KUGGELEIJN, so loads of all-rounders. Akeal Hossain and Zahir Khan, who also did well in the semi-final. Substitute options: Rakeem Cornwall, Tim Seifert, Darren Bravo, Fawad Ahmed. Substitutes become important with the sort of news you're giving us about Dwayne Bravo. He may be injured for the final. Thoughts on those subs in that team, Darren?
Very good options. You look at both teams. More so the St. Lucia Zooks. There are some key players there who will be essential if they are to go on to win. Zahir Khan, the mystery spinner, the left arm wrist spinner. He's done a really good job for them when he's on song. He will need to fire. I just felt that they needed to make sure that the likes of Nabi and Roston Chase bring their all-round game to the fore. Both captains have been exceptional. This is, yes, I know the Knight Riders, they have a very good team on paper, but if you pick the Knight Riders players, these guys are pumped up. They're the favorites, and it's going to be very hard for the Zooks to ignore that, so to speak. So I don't have any question marks. The only thing, as mentioned before, maybe Jaden Sales to get a chance, and he might award points. Or even if you want to think about Kesrick Williams, he's in the top 5 leading wicket takers in Hero CPL. He's a seam option. Don't rule out seamers playing a leading role in this final.
Darren, thank you very much, my friend. If there were points allotted to a CPL analyst and a fantasy analyst, I know who's going to be our top pick every time. It's going to be you, Daren Ganga. It's been an absolute pleasure having you through the course of the CPL. I hope you've enjoyed it.
Thank you. Definitely enjoyed it. And I hope that all persons playing my 11 fantasy pick go on to win lots of points in that final.
There you are. You had it. That's the best sign-off I could ask for, Darren. Safe travels to you as you jump from the CPL to the IPL in the next few days. And it's been a pleasure having Daren Ganga's thoughts. He's given you some great tips towards the end too. Don't forget to look at the playing 11s after the toss and only then confirm your fantasy team. And plenty more expert opinion, analysis and data for you to help you pick your fantasy teams, as the cricket season is only just beginning on My 11 Circle Fantasy Pick on ESPNcricinfo.